Great morning, great morning, great morning to everyone. Great morning. Just want to give God thanks for today because I know He's able. He's able to do exceedingly abundantly more than we could ever ask. And so we are thankful today. We have been through enough this morning to know that God is enough for all of us. And so this morning we want to pause to say, Lord, I am blessed. I am favored by God. I am protected. I am healthy. I am giving thanks for His manifold blessing. I am grateful today. And I'm thankful for His many blessings. Great morning to you, Sister Iris, Handicap Traveler, Mariamas, and Vlog. Thank you all for joining this morning. Indeed, God is a good God. And we just want to take time out to say thank you. What are you grateful for this morning? We just want to thank every one of you. Hey, blessings to you. Blessings to you, Lashora Crochet. I hope I pronounced that good. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I can't call these names, but I give God thanks that you joined us this morning. I see you. Thank you so much. But this song says, not a problem. We are so happy that you were able to join us even a bit. I'm just gonna sing this song. I've been through enough to know God is enough for me. He has come through so many times. He put my mind at ease. For I'll state my very last life. He'll take care of me. 'Cause I've been through enough to know God is enough for me. I've been through enough to know God is enough for me. He has come through so many times that He put my mind at ease. I can stay my very last life. God will take care of me. And I've been through enough to know God is enough for me. I understand so much that this morning we have been through enough to know God is enough for all of us. But even though we know it, I can guarantee you many times we still worry. Why do we worry when God says He will take care of us? We would have proven Him over and over and over, but we continue to worry sometimes. We continue to, fret about things that is out of our control. But this morning, I just want to pause here to say to us that we should just be grateful to God for what we have. Let's not try to figure out the things that we don't have. So, according to Psalm 116, verse 12, it says, what shall I render unto the Lord for all His benefits towards me? What shall I render unto the Lord? Anybody can tell me this morning. What shall we render unto the Lord for all His benefits? Let me see those who are really thinking this morning. It is a question. What shall I render unto the Lord for all His benefits towards us? What says you? What says you, Crochet? What says you, Mariam? What says you, Sister Iris? What says you, Traveler? What says all of you this morning? What shall we render unto the Lord? What? This morning we have been through enough and we know God is enough. So I'll wait for some of you to answer this morning. What shall we render unto the Lord for all his benefits towards us? And we just want to give him thanks this morning for his continued blessings. He has been too good to us. He has been faithful. He has been faithful to all of us. The fact that we are here this morning, it is a blessing. So don't forget this morning, we're going to talk about gratitude. We're going to talk about gratitude. So, what shall we render unto the Lord today? The surest way that we can ruin our children's life or our child's life is the prospect for a happy life, to indulge in them that the world owes them anything. If we want to ruin our children's life, these are some things that we can do. That the world owes them everything. Like the world owes them nothing. Another thing that we can do, and you have parents who have done this, cultivating in their children a sense of entitlement. They're entitled to this. They should get some of them. As a matter of fact, when it was on the news, I believe it was last night, not last night, the night before, where a parent went to a school to fight a teacher. As a matter of fact, the vice principal of a school. And if you do that, you are creating the wrong you're creating the wrong attitude for this child. Can you imagine the power that you are giving over to this child? That I don't get the full story, to be honest. I just hear that part of it, right? So at the end of the day, you have to you should not create in your child a sense of entitlement. So I think they took away the phone from the child. I don't know. But based on some part of the news, I didn't hear the full story. But what I could tell you, the teachers were protesting and they were saying, let the child stay home then. If we can't take care of them, if you send them and you put them in our care, right? We are trying to instill discipline in them, and you are not supporting the role. Because you see, I come here and I said we all need each other to survive, because at the end of the day, sometimes we cannot do it alone. No man is an island. No man stands alone. Some of us, at the end of the day, we think it's my child and let me grow him or her the way I want to grow him. When the child leave your presence, I can tell you most of the time, the children are a different person when they go out there. So you have to try to instill certain values into your children. You want to ruin their life. This parent would understand the trauma, that she has done to this child. Having this child to believe that, listen, this is just, teacher can't say anything to you. I don't believe this parent can talk to this child any at all. The child is in primary school. That means this child is below 12 years old. And you are telling me you were this, as a parent, was not comfortable, and you are saying to the child, you go down here to fight the principal, to fight the teacher, and not only have it in your mind, but actually did it. That is so wrong. So you basically, this parent is cultivating in the child a sense of entitlement, right? Another thing that we can do to ruin our children's life is, under no circumstance we allow them to work. So as the children grow up, we do everything for them. That sort of attitude and growing your child that way is wrong. We shouldn't be doing that. We have to be able to create in our children, let them understand that, listen, there are certain things and certain rules that you are to get up and work. The Bible said it, right? Work by the sweat of your brow, you shall eat bread. So we are to create this in our children. Let them understand that they need to work. They need to work. So a lot of time we don't instill the right values in our children. And this is one of them. Not creating the right value in our children. Can I say that again? The child gets up, you do every single thing for the child. The child can do some things for themselves. We should desist from doing everything for our children. I'm so sorry. We should. We should teach them to do certain things for themselves. Keep them active. Keep them active. We cannot continue the way we are doing. We shouldn't continue that way. Let them get up in the first of all, teach them the first thing you want to teach them to do is to make their beds. Make their beds the right way. Teach them how to do it and let them know never leave the house without your making your bed. That's a value. My husband say his grandmother always taught him. Boy, no matter how you're late, make sure your bed is made. Teach the children to work. They can take out the trash. Even if they are 5 years old, they can take out the trash. Teach them to take out the trash. We can reward our children, but don't just give them that sort of entitlement. And don't let them do nothing. They have their little room, let them tidy it up. Even if it means you as a parent have to go over and do it. Another thing that we do, let them experience. So when they work, let them experience the satisfaction that comes from the discipline, sacrifice, and a job well done. Let them experience that today. Let them experience it. You know the joy I feel when the 25th come of each month and I know that I'm getting paid in the bank. It's good. Let them feel that satisfaction that when they have completed the work, they will know that it's well done. Now, there was a little classic woman, Mrs. March, tells a story to her daughters. She had 4 daughters. Once upon a time, there were 4 girls who had enough to eat and drink and wear. A good many comfort and pleasure, kind friends and parents, yet they were not contented. So these girls had everything. They had everything they wanted. Everything. Hi, Sister Harris. How are you doing this morning? Hope you're doing well. So at the end of the day, these girls made an excellent resolution, but they were constantly saying, only if we had. Have you ever found yourself or knowing of persons, if only I had this? And when I mean, I'm basically living that life. I know, literally, there's somebody said, if I only had this, if only this happened, then I would be happier. Right? That's what they keep saying. If only I get this, if only I had more of this. Not finding that place and space for gratitude, to be thankful. So we have to look, let us pause a moment and just look and recognize how grateful God is to us. He has been so good to all of us this morning. Gratitude is a must. So what happened? These girls, they were like, so I can imagine when their parents buy them something nice, they were like, if only probably they got the purple, if only I got the pink. One may say, it's only if I had the blue. One say, if only it was a little bit shorter. One may say, if only I had a nice little handbag to go with it. They get the handbag. If only I had a nice little chain to go with it. They get the chain. If only I had a nice earring to go with it. Never satisfied. The Bible said, hell and destruction are never full, and so is the heart of man, never satisfied. And the Bible, me tell it all the time, whatever we need, good morning, Miss James, whatever we need, it's right in the Word of God. Hell and destruction never full. So is the heart of man, never satisfied. I wonder if we can just realize we have to instill those values in our children. If only they have Jesus, their attitude will change. Some of them are baptized, some of them are saved, but their parents still don't instill certain values in them. Finally, Mrs. Williams, you get to type this morning. They do not instill certain values in them. They let them feel as if they should get every single thing they want. God never said we're going to get everything we want. He said he promised to provide our needs according to his riches in glory. Want you can do without. Needs are something that you need to every day. You cannot do without it. So we need as parents to instill certain values in our children. We need to let them know, listen, man, you have to get up and you have to do this. You have chores to do in the house. I think I was sharing with somebody about 2 weeks ago. As a matter of fact, I was sharing it yesterday with a friend of mine. My son got up. I got up late. I just never felt like getting up early out of the bed. And when I got up about 1 o'clock, yes, 1 o'clock, I just felt like just laying down and just basking in the presence of God and just reading the word. Have you ever just been reading the word and you're just feeling good and you read it and you feel good? It's like you don't want to stop. So I was there in the morning. I was just in the word, and I just never felt like it. And when I finally got up and I saw him, he was like on his laptop. And the first thing I said to him, I said, you wash your bathroom already? Yes, mommy. I said, tidy your room already? Yes, mommy. And I wipe it out too. And my clothes is being washed right now. I said, you eat already? Yes, I made my breakfast. He did everything. He knew there are certain things that he should do, and he did it. What values are we instilling in our children? That mommy should do everything while daddy put up them foot and watch TV, watch football. When mommy alone doing everything? Come on. We need to instill the values in our children. So might I stop by this morning to say to all of us, let us instill that value of gratefulness in our children. Let us instill those values in them. So these girls, they were saying, if only I had, that is what they were saying. They had great friends, they had great parents. They basically had everything they wanted. So they asked the old woman what spell they could use to make them happy. Can you imagine? Hey, Natasha, glad to see you this morning. We missed you. And she said, so can you imagine they're asking what spell? There's no spell to make you happy. Happiness is a choice. A Kappa, happiness is a choice. You have a choice to make. It is a choice. You could have nothing in the world and you are the happiest person. You know, some of the saddest person are the people them who have a lot of money and a lot of riches and all of that. They're not happy. Some people have a lot of friends around them and they are not happy. And so every day I come here, I say to you, live your best life. Live your best life. Don't wait until you get this. Don't wait until you have this to be happy because you will never be happy. Learn to be contented with what you have. Those are the values we are to instill in our children. And I believe it first begins with us as parents. What do you think? It begins with us as parents because we are not contented with what we have. That same sort of attitude is spilled over to our children. We have to allow them to teach them how to save. I said to my son, you get your lunch money, save out of it. Save out of it. The other day he said he was saving towards buying himself a laptop. Yes. And he had some money too. He had close to 50% of the laptop money. So when he go to school, instead of buying a juice, he maybe carry a milk from home or maybe a juice from home and save the money for juice. Or sometimes he carry 2 big bottles of water. He'll have that. And save his money. They cannot depend on people. The other day he broke something. He didn't take care, and I said, I'm not going to buy it back. He had his charger. He said the charger broke. I said, I'm not going to buy back a charger for you. You are going to buy it back. And he was able to give me the money to buy the charger. We have to teach them certain principles, certain values. We cannot allow them to think that mommy and daddy are going to be doing everything for them. These children nowadays are lazy. These children are so lazy. Parents have to repeating to do that. And they say, mommy miserable. Whoa. It's true. It's true. Sometimes to remind you, remember to do this. My son we will finish eating dinner and he's supposed to be washing the dishes. And he will sit in the kitchen like literally an hour or more before washing the dishes. But he knows he needs to wash it. He knows in the evening take out the garbage. He knows those are his responsibility. It's not that I would never take out the garbage or his father would never take out the garbage. Of course we'll do it. Sometimes I just say to him, don't worry, I'll wash the dishes tonight. But he knows he will have to do it. So Sister Levin said, you don't have to have a lot to be happy. You don't need to have a lot to be happy. You just need to be alive. You just need to be alive to be happy. Awesome. Sister Saunders said, my children are all grown up and doing well. And don't you feel good about that? Don't that make you feel proud as a mother? And I can imagine sometimes you so rough them up, Sister Iris. You're teaching them certain values and sometimes they don't even understand. You are teaching them. You are teaching them for the future. You have to instill these values in them. And when they grow up and you see how they turn out, you say, thank you, Lord. Because you could not have done it without them. Hey, handwriting, good to have you here. Welcome, 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 handwriting school. Sometimes I borrow money from my son and give him. He saved my life enough time until now I owe him. Never see a little boy can save to buy what he need. Very good. And you have to tell him how proud you are of him, Sister Williams. You have to tell him how proud you are of him. Right? I seen Selvita said, same here and every day it reminds me of it. And I can say the same thing too. I borrow sometimes. Borrow $4,000. My son take up $4,000 and lend me. Yes. But we try to make sure we pay them back. So let's do it. Make sure you pay him back with interest too. Give him an extra $100 on it. And depending on how much, top it up, man, and say, all right, I'm giving you some interest. Because if you had it in the bank, you get a little interest on it. Yes. Teaching them these principles and these values. We as parents have to teach them to appreciate what they have and learn to be satisfied. Excellent point, Natasha. Excellent point. We have to. I see my son came in and yesterday I just never felt like cooking. And he went to the fridge and he took out some food that was in there and he had it. There was not a lot of meat in there, but he had it and did not complain. Just a tiny bit. Enough gravy was there to put on the rice and peas. He had it and enjoyed. And I was sitting down, and when I smelled the aroma of the food, I said, boy, I wish I could eat some of that food right now. I wish I could eat some of that food right now. Teaching our children to be contented with what they have. Traveler says, leading by example for our children is important. They are important to us. They are important to us. So we need to teach them. They will follow suit. If they see daddy always beating mommy, the boys will think that is what they need to do when they grow up. The girls may think, okay, when I grow up, if somebody beat me, they love me. No, we're teaching certain values in our children. Hey, we're seeing you, Chef. Good to have you with us. Blessings to you. We have to teach the principle. You see, even in dressing. In dress, sometimes I take my son to buy shoes, his father and he will choose the weirdest shoes. He's not going to say he wants a name brand and he have to get a name brand and all that. I have a friend who purchased a nice shoes for his son and took it home. Son said he don't want it. It's a Jordan he wants. And Jordan is for thousands of US. Over 500 US for Jordan. And the mom bought the shoes for the child. Child saying, don't want it. She said, okay, I'll take it back. Because he said, I'm not spending my 500 and over. I think it was way over 500 for the Jordan. What sort of principles that we are teaching our children? Let them be grateful. The fact that mommy was able or daddy was able to buy a shoes. Let them learn to be grateful for it. My son is not fussy. He's not fussy about expensive clothes, shoes. Sometimes I say they can't change that shirt, when he be going to church or going out, him wearing the same one or two shirts. Not fussy. And that's how his parents are. We're not fussy. Most of the clothes that I have them for years. Because I don't really buy clothes. The Lord always bless me with. I have them for years. I take care of what I have. I only throw it out if I outgrow it. And that's seldom because I remain a size 12 for a very long time. And I'm still there. So that is the value that we should live. Mrs. Lee says, children live what they learn. We must teach them a lot of self-denial and be contented. Even in Sunday school, sometimes we go and some of them say they don't want this. You give them a snack. So we give them snack at church. Sometimes, I don't want this. It's not that they don't eat it, but they want their favorite. You might not able to get your favorite all the time. Have, as I said, okay, there's nothing else, so you're gonna have to just have the juice alone, right? So he would have to wear it for me or go by his own. He said he will ask his father to buy it. That's what my friend said. Said he will ask his father to buy it. And sometimes the father will try to find the money from anywhere to give that child what he wants. You're crazy. What kind of value that is it yours? And that's wrong. Father should never do that. You are sending the wrong message to the child. Wrong message. So these girls, what happened with these girls? They said they wanted a spell on them. How to make them happier. We don't have no spell to make us happier. When they felt discontented, so what the woman said, when you feel discontented, think over your blessing and be grateful. So one of them discovered that money couldn't keep shame and sorrow out of rich people's house. No matter how much money you have, pain and sorrow will come. What take that away? Jesus. And just having a sense of gratitude that He's there to hold us up. He's there to lift us up. He's there to carry us. Another one found that she was a great deal happier with her youth and health and good spirits. She recognized that she was happier than wanting to get older. Another one says, disagreeable it was to help getting dinner. It was harder to go beg for dinner. So it tells me that this one, when they wanted to go and when their parents said, come and help with the dinner, even though they didn't want to go and help, it was better to go and help with the dinner than to go out on the street and beg for dinner. So they recognize gratitude is a must. It is better. So they stopped complaining and enjoyed the blessing they already possess. They did what? Stop complaining. Enjoy the blessing that they already have. So the question I'm asking this morning, what shall I render unto the Lord for all His benefits towards us? Let's use that for our scripture for today. Psalm 116, verse 12. Let that be our mantra this morning. Let that be our mantra through the rest of the day. Yes, even though you want to change job, be grateful. You still have a job. And you know you're going to be getting paid. Be grateful. And when you go in the job, you don't have to rush to find a suitable space to sit or to work. You have somewhere directly to go. Be grateful that you have some food in the fridge. Than to say there's nothing in the cupboard. But if you look in the fridge, you can find some leftover. Bless it and eat it. So while I ask you this morning, as we close off in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to ask us, I'm going to specific with this number. Could all of us just type, at least try to find 5 things that you are grateful for and jot it in. If you can find 7 was the number I had in my mind. 7 things you are grateful for. And I want you to type that in the chat. You can type family and send on that one while you think about the next one. I want you to find 7 things you are grateful for this morning. Psalm 116, verse 12. What shall we render unto the Lord for all his benefits towards us. So Mrs. Williams said, my son have to buy what he needs. He said, Mommy, did you know how much hungry me be at? He's so like me. He's so like me. I used to do that. I used to save up my lunch money too. And I said to my son the other day, you're gonna start buying your deodorant as well. You understand? I was your age. I have money to buy the things that I need. I used to have to save it up. I have to buy my own lotion. I have to buy my own cologne, my own roll-on. I had to buy those. Out of this, I lived with my aunt at that time, and I used to get money from my mom and my dad. And I have out of that money, I better learn to. I have to save to buy sanitary napkin. I have to save to buy lotion, spray, those things. She instilled those values in me. And so Mrs. Lee said that's not a good picture because when them get big and can't get to do them teeth it because they think they must get it. Lord have mercy on this generation. It's true. God have mercy on this generation. If it is not Jordan or Nike or anything like that, my son is not fussy about these things. I tell him we don't have the money for that. No, and if he had one jeans, as a matter of fact, the other day he had only one. He had only one jeans pant because he's growing so fast that everything that he put on is short. One jeans pant, and it's so difficult to find pants for him here in Jamaica. And somebody wanted to bless me with something from overseas. And I said to the person, don't buy anything for me. Can you just get 2 pants for my son? And that's how he got 2 pants, 2 additional pants. Very difficult. So, Natty, good morning, Natty. We were saying we want you to type 5 to 7 things you are grateful this morning for because we realize gratitude is a must. So, this morning, my first, I am grateful for my YouTube family. I am grateful for you guys. I am grateful for you. You have all been you have all been an inspiration. You have all been a power of strength. I'm thankful for life. I'm thankful I'm alive. What about you this morning? I am thankful I am alive this morning. I'm thankful my senses are intact. I can see. I could move about this morning. I have food. I had some breakfast. I had a cup of tea this morning. What are you grateful for? I'm not going to say I'm grateful for food for the rest of the week because I don't know. I don't know. To be honest, this morning when I cooked dinner this morning, I was cooking some rice because I was looking for something very easy to do. I poured the last set of rice out of the jar and I said to myself, thank God paydays on Friday. I am thankful for my job. I am thankful for my job. I'm thankful for my family, my other family, and I agree with you. I'm thankful for my friends. I'm thankful for the opportunity that God has given to me. I'm thankful this morning. You see how many things we can find to be thankful for this morning? You see how many things we can just pause and be grateful for? Natasha says, I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for health. Mrs. Williams said, I'm thankful for life, mercy, family, friends, strength. Natty says, I'm thankful I woke up this morning. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my job, my ability to preserve through the tough time. Thankful I'm able to cook a meal this morning, myself as well. Mrs. Lee said, grateful for peace, contentment, life, long suffering, happiness, to be alive this new day. I'm healthy. I'm grateful for inner peace that comes only from God. Yes, some person have a lot of money, a lot of riches, but no peace. They can't even sleep. They have enough security and they still can't sleep. And you and I have no security and we sleep well. Natasha says, I'm thankful for my family this morning. Mrs. Saunders said, I'm grateful for life, for food, family, friends, health, my children, my grandchildren, my honey, my husband. It's because she always call him honey. I'm thankful for my children, says Natasha. I'm thankful for happiness. Yes. You see how many things you could just in like less than a minute could just say thank God for. Handicapped Traveler says, I'm thankful for Jesus saving me and allowing me to see good in others, even if they are different in belief than me. And I think that's a perfect way to close us off. We are all different. And so we are to be grateful. The uniqueness how God has created us. Somebody may not believe what you believe. Don't condemn anyone. Just pray. Just pray for each other. Find the space to be grateful. So I give God thanks for you this morning. And don't forget to live your best life beginning right this very moment. Begin this moment today. I leave with you Psalm 116, verse 12. What shall I render unto the Lord for all his benefits towards me? The answer to that is gratitude. Let's be grateful. I thank God for every one of you that came by this morning. Some came earlier and left. Some are still with me since we started. And I'm grateful for every single one of you. I don't take it for granted. I thank you so much for joining. And as you go in today, as you go out into your daily activity, whether at home or out, just remember Psalm 116 that what shall I render unto the Lord? As you go through today, think about all the good things. Think about all the things you are grateful for and be blessed. Yes, Natty, we don't go very long. We don't go past 8 o'clock because I have to get out for work, right? Sometimes we spill over into 8 if I'm working from home, but today I'm going out. So I have to get ready for work. So God bless you and may His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. God bless you and I'll see you again tomorrow with another conversation. Be blessed.